recording started.
All right. Countdown.
You give us a clap because your audio is the one that matters.
I've got the clap and I'm giving it to you.
As I talk over the clap.
As you talk over the clap. Have fun editing that later.
What are all these spikes? Oh, that's why.
Shh. All right, here we go. Stop it. Welcome
to
the Naked
Apple. We're trying something new.
We are. It's kind of fun.
I already found one thing that we need to fix, and apparently the sheep intro, the audio doesn't go long enough.
Oh.
It cuts just barely short of the normal sound. But
we can restart the recording.
No, wait, I can fix it. I have the technology.
Okay.
But I can also fix that for next time.
Yeah.
Holy crap, I'm out of focus.
Yes, you are. Holy crap, man. Fix yourself. What's wrong with you?
It's probably all the glare. Let me flip the light.
Focus. Focus.
It's
your
so
lighting's bad. Your lighting was so bad.
Hey, look, you can kind of see me better.
Your lighting was so bad.
Yeah, now I don't look
How dare you?
Thick. Now I just look like me.
As you can tell, we are not in studio together this time.
Snowmageddon.
Somebody was a pansy and didn't want to drive through the blizzard of 2024.
I'm fine with driving. I'm fine with it. I am fine with it.
I am fine with it.
I have loved ones that are not as fine with it. And also a 3+ hour drive home from Mike's at 10 o'clock at night didn't sound pleasing.
I give you shit, but I saw that 8 inches that you sent in that picture. It sounded
there's a joke there.
I got halfway through that and I was like, this sentence is so wrong.
Dang it.
The 8 inches of snow that she sent with the ruler.
Details
matter. Details matter. Wow. We're off to a smashing start.
Smashing.
What a great new year it is. I had a resolution to put the bar up here for the new year. I already failed.
You said no, slap it on the floor of hell and I'll limbo dance with the devil.
I don't know if even I could limbo dance if it was on the floor.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
Yeah, I try. It sounds like it's time for us to lighten up the new year a little bit.
Well, yes, we can probably redeem ourselves.
Can we?
We can via
Redemption Tactical?
Mm-hmm.
I knew that was coming.
Ooh, there's a thing we could add to this probably.
Yes, I'm sure we could.
Little thing for that. But yeah. It's a new year. Get a new you with Redemption Tactical and use the link below so they know that you found out about them through us and somehow they'll reward us. Crushed it. Outside of that, we could probably redeem ourselves with probably a hefty dose of last couple of weeks of B vitamins.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Move over to some vitamin B.
Blah. Does not like that sound on here, so I can't even ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da with it.
Welcome to your vitamin B.
Oh, thank you.
It is a wonderful day for a newsing.
Uh-huh.
Whatever that means.
It's a good day for a newsing.
It's a good day for a newsing.
The newsing will continue until morale improves.
Liberals praise Jeffrey Epstein for not
Oh,
discriminating against the disabled. That's right, folks. The infamous Epstein list has upon it the grace of Stephen Hawking.
did he have a handicap plane parking or what?
Oh, no. I did, however, see a small video of our beloved Stephen Hawking debarking the plane. I'll have to send that over to you at some point so that you can throw it in.
Insert here.
Insert here, yes. In other news, Epstein docs have been delayed to give Bill Clinton time to flee the country.
He's still here?
Not anymore.
I am not here.
I did not have sexual relations with that airplane. Wait, on that airplane. Boeing CEO assures nervous flyers that all 737 aircraft are built to the highest diversity standards. Alaska Airlines adds new scenic view seat for $30 upgrade fee.
Ooh. Get me that.
The best seat in the house.
Does it come with increased air conditioning? Because those flights can get pretty warm.
Does. It actually comes equipped with a very, very high volume fan.
Good.
Yes.
Good. So I get a better view, and I'm more comfortably cool in my seat.
Cool. Yes, you are more cool in your seat. Yes.
Wait. What about comfortably?
You're cool in your seat. That is what they're aiming for.
All right. Well, I guess it is Alaska Airlines, so take what I can get.
It is. DOJ sues Texas, saying it's against the law to pass a law to enforce the law.
That's a fantastic wording for that.
MAGA is a cult! Screams party doing chants for politician inside of a church.
There's that.
Speaking of things inside of a church, Jewish tunnels in New York City repurposed to house illegal immigrants.
Oh, good. Good.
Yes.
Is that before or after they filled it with cement?
They finally found a way to take care of that, it appears.
Was that before or after they filled it with cement?
That was after.
Okay.
Before.
Okay.
Yes. The answer is yes. They put them in before and used it for housing after. Jews realize they've dug too far when they pop out of the ground next to a Mountie drinking maple syrup on a moose in front of a Tim Hortons.
What you doing there, eh?
Just dug a little bit too far north there.
Welcome to the Great White North.
Can I interest you in some sushis and sashimis?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Speaking of horrible mistakes, clingy Nikki Haley texts Dave from Iowa for 17th time today. He only received 17. I'm on like text 21. Can you please leave me alone, Nikki?
Please leave me alone.
This has been your vitamin B.
Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. Pa, 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 pa. Pa, pa, pa. I think I missed it. I think I was off of my pa-pa-pas.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just enough to make it noticeable, but kind of funny.
Because it's the B.
Yeah, exactly.
As it should be. Perfectly balanced. As all things should be.
It's all the news you didn't need.
Make a note, add that for sure for next time. So I can hear it. Anyway.
Can you not hear the stuff that I play on this side?
No, still no. So that's not a thing that works too well.
I wonder if it's because I'm not. I wonder if I presented my screen but didn't
show your screen.
Show my screen.
If it sounds better.
If it would pull the sound through.
Live test.
Live test. Here we go. Let's see. Let us see.
Please excuse our dust. Hey, look, that's what he's looking at.
That is what I'm looking at.
Fixed it.
Good job. But the problem is you took it off the stage. So yeah, it has to be on the stage.
No. Mine was off stage. Yours was still on stage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mine was still on stage.
Yeah. Yours.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's gone.
Yes, I broke it. Sorry.
And it's gone.
Technical difficulties. We'll edit this out in post-production.
Please excuse our dust.
Okay, now switch back to whichever one you like. Okay, you like that one?
I like that one. It's not as close to the zits on my face.
Can you hear now? Am I echoing for you?
No, you are not echoing.
How about this?
You actually were telling the truth.
That sounds good.
Quite a lot. Your people are always surprised.
Good. Try the music, because I think it's the music that's the. I can make it out better, but it's still terrible. It's the music. Doesn't like the music.
Doesn't like the music. That's weird.
Huh.
That is weird.
Anyway.
Yeah, we'll have to play with moving that onto the new system here.
Yes.
So that you can hear it better.
Yes.
Stuff like that we can put in the music tab and things. So enjoy the fun behind the scenes, us trying to fix things that don't need to be fixed.
This is what you pay for.
This is what you. Wait, we're getting paid?
No, they're paying for this.
They are?
They're getting what they pay for. Yes.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. A whole lot of nothing.
Oh, that's funny. Be careful sharing screen audio if you have a guest. They will hear themselves.
Well, I guess I'm not a guest, so I don't hear myself. I guess.
Oh, if that's off. So I just took that off screen. Can you still hear this?
You actually were telling the truth.
Yes.
I do that quite a lot. Your people are always surprised.
It's not part of your screen.
It's not part of my screen.
It's part of another device that's connected to your computer playing sound, I guess.
Well, so it has a little mute button on the thing, even though it's off stage.
Mm-hmm.
It says mute screen audio. So I can mute the screen audio, and then you won't be able to hear it.
You actually were telling the truth.
I hear it.
I do that.
Say what?
I heard it.
You still heard it?
I still heard it. They heard it. I heard it. The crowd heard it.
I guess I don't actually need to have that screen up at all for you to hear me push buttons.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you." Fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Thank you, George.
Anyway.
Appreciate it, George.
The stuff that we have for you, the bushel of things, could all be summed up in an audio piece that would sound something like this.
I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's groove.
Just like that.
Just like that. We were working on so many other things. I didn't even read through the list of stuff you sent me yet.
Oh, this will be fun for you then. Getting a live reaction from Mike.
Oh, yeah, this would be great.
We're starting off with the
amount of preparation I do.
Mm-hmm. We're starting off with a quote.
Ooh.
From one Senator Jeanne Shaheen. Or Jean, I don't know. It's a quote of a quote.
Wow.
But she said, "A democracy, if you can keep it," said Ben Franklin. January 6, 2021 was a stark reminder of just how fragile our democracy is. It is on each and every one of us to never forget the actions that led to that day, so we ensure history does not repeat itself. Thank you.
That is not what he said.
She's got it in quotations.
That is not what he said.
But it's quotations.
It doesn't matter. That's not what he said.
She's a senator, Mike.
Yes, which just means she's more full of shit than other people are. Am I wrong?
Would that be why she deleted the tweet?
Probably.
Couldn't handle the community notes.
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
If that isn't the epitome of doing exactly what he's warning about in the quote that she butchered.
Seriously.
Or intentionally messed up.
Wow.
There's two things
republic there. If you can keep it.
Yeah. It's one of two things. She either had no idea and just went with the first thing she was told or saw, or she knew exactly what she was doing. Either way, it's bad. Bad.
Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem.
Down on the border, Joe Biden. So last year, 2023. This is some good news. I got some good news.
Whole 2 weeks ago.
The government has expelled almost 150,000 illegal immigrants from the country in 2023.
How much?
Almost 150,000, 142,000. And some change.
They've expelled 142,000?
Uh-huh.
How many have they let in?
Over the course of 2023.
Yes.
That's saying something because it's twice what they expelled last year, the year before, 2022.
You didn't answer the second question.
Answer the question. And it's also...
You might be a good politician.
It's also a considerable amount, considering that 300,000 is what was encountered over the course of December.
Just December?
302,000. Sorry.
Son of a... You done messed up, Aaron.
So over the course.
So over the course of the year,
entire 2023, fiscal year 2023, 142,000 were expelled. Mm-hmm.
And during the course of December, 300,000 were encountered coming in.
Just over 302,000, yes.
So what you're saying is that over the course of the entire year, we subtracted less than half of what we added in 1 month of last year.
But it's twice as many as were expelled in 2022.
Do I want to know how many came in 2022? Is that a number we have?
Maybe. I don't remember seeing that number. But yeah. So between October 1st, 2022 and
2.2 million
and September
in
30th,
2022.
2023.
Yeah.
In 2020, so in 2022, they expelled 72,000.
And they let in 2.2 million
in 2022.
In 2022. In 2023, there were 2.5 million that came in the entire year.
Yes, but they expelled more, so therefore it's better because Bidenomics, that
this
kind of
like
math.
the inflation thing.
It's exactly like it's wonderful. It's more.
So what you're telling me is, let's see, we got 2,500,000 and we have 2,200,000. So that's 4.7 million people crossed the border between 2022 and 2023.
Right.
Okay. And we sent back 140 what in 2023?
142,580.
Okay. And we sent back how many in 2022?
72,177.
So quick math here, that's 4.4, almost 4.5 million people that crossed the border that we didn't send back.
And
I got that's 1% of the entire US population that we added in illegal immigrants
and
in 2 years.
So yeah, but we've expelled more this year than last year.
But we didn't expel far more than we expelled.
But we did more. Sure, it increased more than the increase of people that we've
Stop it. Get some help.
But it's more. It's better.
It's not better. It's much worse.
I'm trying my best to put myself in Karine Jean-Pierre's shoes, and if I have my big book of everything, what is it I would say? And I think that's what she would say is, well, we did more. What more do you want? We expelled more. Yes, but even more came in. Right, and that's why we expelled more.
The good news is we almost doubled the number of people we put out, but we didn't double the number of people we pulled in.
Right.
See, it only went up. It only went up by 300,000 between 2022 and 2023.
It only went up by double.
300,000 more people in 23 than they did in 22.
Which is double the amount that we expelled.
Right?
So some more fun numbers from there if you want them. In 2023, the migrants were driven out to more than 170 countries. Now, I'm not terribly great at geography, but I feel like there's not 170 countries south of the U.S. that's connected to the U.S. Likewise, Homeland Security Investigations Office, the main investigative arm of the Department of Homeland Security, seized 1.2 million pounds of narcotics, in addition to identifying and helping 1,800 victims of child exploitation. Agents from the Enforcement and Removal Operations Division of ICE executed a total of 170,590 arrest warrants, 19.5% more than the previous period. Of that total, 73,822 corresponded to non-citizens with criminal records. I take issue with that because if you enter the country illegally, you have broken a law, which means that you are a criminal. So it should be 170,590 arrest warrants were issued to 170,590 criminals. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, this is like, if you look up these actual numbers, it's bad. It's bad. There have been over 10 million illegal border crossings since Biden took office.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked it up again. So the one place I looked up said, was it 2.5 million in 2023? Another place I just looked at says, was it 3.2 million in 2023?
And these are official encounters. So this is what they actually encountered.
Yeah, as opposed to 2020, the year 2020, where there were 851,000.
Oh.
400,000 of which were apprehended at the border.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no. I got that backwards. 400,000 people were apprehended at the border, as opposed to 851,000 that were apprehended at the border the year before, which is 2019. But that's how many were apprehended at the border in 2019 and 2020.
To put a little perspective on that, on December 18th alone, authorities encountered 14,509 immigrants at the southern border. Just one day. 14,500 in one day. Good. And since the start of fiscal year 2024, October 1st of 2023, Border Patrol's encountered over 785,000 immigrants on the southern border.
Dude, that is so bad. These are the highest numbers since the year 2000. We haven't had this many illegal immigrants since the year 2000.
And you know what's fun? You go back to about that time frame, and you have Joe Biden saying that allowing 200,000 immigrants in a year is irresponsible, and you should not be president if you're allowing that many immigrants in a year. So
which is hilarious because
he said it in 2007, and then he said, "What will they be saying? Where will we be, and what will we be saying in 15 years?" I don't know, Joe. You tell me. You're president 15 years after that statement.
Yeah. So it's really interesting here. Okay, so this one that I just pulled goes all the way back to 1990. So the number of encounters in 1990 was 1.1 million. 1993 it went up to 1.2, then it dropped down to about 1 even. 95 it's up to 1.3. 96 is at 1.5. Who was president in 95, 96? Anyway.
Oh, our first black president.
95 and 96? No, I think it was Clinton, wasn't it?
Yeah, our first black president, Bill Clinton.
Yeah, it was Bill Clinton.
Yes, he's the first black president. You haven't heard that before?
No, I haven't. 2000, we have 1.6 million. And then I guess, 9/11 happened or something.
Decided
and suddenly
to crack down on who's coming in and out of the country.
Suddenly, 2002, it drops to 955,000, then 931,000 in 2003. Then it goes back up 1.1, almost 1.2 in 2005. And then it drops steadily from 2005 to 2011, where it bottoms out at 340,000 encounters in 2011. By 14, it's gone back up to 486, drops back down, and it kind of flirts between about 337 and about 415. Let's see, 310, 404 there until 2018. 2019, it jumps to 859. 2020, it drops back down to 405. And then 2021, it immediately spikes to 1.6.
What happened in 2021?
I don't know.
Probably something insignificant, I'm sure.
But that is the biggest jump in the entire history of this graph. It goes from 405,000 to 1.6 million.
It's only quadruple what the previous year was.
And then 2022 was 2.2 million. And apparently 2023 is somewhere between 2.5 and 3.2 million.
Yay! It's not an invasion.
Not an invasion. No, it's only double our highest number ever prior to Biden's presidency.
And I'm sure it has nothing to do with states like California, who starting January 1st are now allowing, quote, undocumented immigrants, end quote.
Yeah.
To enroll in California's Medicaid program. So you don't have to be a citizen of the United States to receive health insurance from a state of the United States paid for by the citizens of the United States in California.
What do you know?
Yeah, I'm sure that's not aiding.
Has nothing to do with it.
That's not helping. No. Or, New York, they're being flooded with illegal immigrants, so much so that they decided the best use for public schools is to cancel public school and fill it with illegal immigrants.
Wow.
New York Times, I love the picture they have here. Migrant families with children were evacuated from a tent shelter because of a storm. The decisions how, and they have a picture of, a little girl following if you go and watch the videos, there's scant few children actually going into this building. It's a bunch of military age single men going into this school that once had 2,000 students in the school. And now it's housing 500 migrant families.
Wow.
Yeah. And the people of New York are not happy about that. Updates to the story is New Yorkers are outside the school protesting, yelling at people that are saying, no, the migrants are fine here. And people are saying, since when? What about our kids? What about our kids? Yeah. So in any other time, I would think that this is something that would turn a state red.
You'd think.
But we don't live in any other time. We live in this time. And people have a memory of goldfish at best. So we'll see what happens with places like New York and Chicago where they're doing this all the time. All the time. And coming soon to a Western civilization that you love is this gem right here.
I cannot hear the audio there. You didn't.
What?
You didn't make that audio shared.
When
you added it, you have to do it when you do the present on
it. Yes. Since I switched to Chrome, it changed all my settings. There, fixed it.
There you go.
Be
now
careful. All right, let's try that again.
Guys, let's go.
Some of them, they're not screaming. It's like they wanted to be raped, you see. She also grabs you. No more
like
crying.
she's enjoying.
Sorry. It cut off the first question here. The guy asked them, do you have any concern at all for the women that you're raping? And this is their response to that.
It, even though she isn't, but it's like she's enjoying it.
Do you think it's right? Do you think it's right to rape?
Yeah, it's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong.
What about the consequences of what you're doing in terms of how that affects the person that's raped?
Yeah, the consequences, we look at that all the time, because it happens. She might scream, people might wake up. A lot of people.
I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about the emotional effect, the physical effect it has on the girl.
Yeah. Sometimes we know that we might rape her and wake up tomorrow with viruses ourselves, like HIV,
What about regretting what you've done to the girl?
I also do regret about it, because if she fell pregnant, what will be that baby's father? Who will be that baby's father?
But what about her personal feelings?
Crickets. Huh.
All right, I've heard enough. Deadly force authorized.
While Joe Biden appears. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Are you concerned about the woman? Yeah, she might scream and wake people up. No, like her personal,
like what you
like
did to her, how it will affect her.
Are you worried about how it'll affect her? Yeah, we realize we might get pregnant. We might get a virus. The reporter's reaction, like it's just, well, that's not what I asked. I just like to point out that people that are upset at the Christian Western countries, women are extremely safe in Christian Western countries. They are not extremely safe in other countries because, well, in Western countries that were founded on some sort of Christian principles, they believe that life is valuable, men, women, and children. So therefore, it's a sin and therefore against the law to violate the life of those people in any way. You go to not Western countries where they believe that women are property and, well, I made a deal with your dad, so therefore I get to marry you when you're 14 because that's the deal that we made. Too bad, so sad, you have no choice in it. And if you speak out against it, I get to beat you because that's what the faith of the land and the law of the land says I can do. So let's go ahead and import all of that into the country. Mm-hmm. What could possibly go wrong? How many people did we send to that school in New York? Oh, yeah, just a couple few 100,000. California opening its doors, all y'all can free. On the campaign side, on the election side of things, Joe Biden and his team finally released their first campaign ad, re-election ad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it goes a little something like this.
I've made the preservation of American democracy the central issue of my presidency. I believe in free and fair elections and the right to vote fairly and have your vote counted. There's something dangerous happening in America. There's an extremist movement that does not share the basic beliefs in our democracy. All of us are being asked right now, what will we do to maintain our democracy? History's watching. The world is watching. Most important, our children and grandchildren will hold us responsible. The Vice President and I have supported voting rights since day one of this administration, and I ask every American to join me in this cause. America is still a place of possibilities, where the power resides with we, the people. That's our soul. We are the United States of America. There is nothing beyond our capacity when we act together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
That's good, Joe. Good for you. Now, aside from the slurring at the beginning
and in the middle
and at the end, I thought it was an interesting ad because who's the one that's like deleting history and stuff? Oh, him. It's trying to get rid of statues and changing history. We had at the beginning of all this the wonderful quote from Ben Franklin that was definitely not butchered on purpose. And talking about saving our democracy, which we are not. At least we're not supposed to be. But, like any good democracy, Biden's campaign team is hosting all of the hosting a bunch of media personalities, news reporters and such, because they're concerned that they're covering Trump too much. They're talking about his indictments too much and not enough about what's going on the campaign. That's literally what you wanted. It's to focus on Trump being indicted 900,000 times or whatever the number's at now. Oh, yeah, stop focusing on that. You need to focus on the campaign. Stop talking about how terrible my polling is. But it is terrible. It's worse than Trump, who started terrible. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, like any good Democratic leader, he's demanding that the news cover him more positively.
Of course.
Stop talking about his opponent. Speaking of opponents, so they're trying to get Trump off of the ballot, which is in and of itself a stupid idea and dumb and bad. But on top of that, the executive committee of the Florida Democratic Democracy told voters that they would not be allowed to vote against Biden.
Wait, what now?
They're removing all the other Democratic candidates on the primary ballot so that you can only vote for Joe Biden in the Democratic primary in Florida. Because that's what a good, honest democracy does, is let you only vote for one person.
Seriously.
North Korea is a democracy. And,
yes.
And the dear leader gets, 100% of the votes. So they love him. China, Mao, he gets 100% of the votes. People love him.
Absolutely love him.
Russia, even, Putin gets like 98% of the votes, but,
At least.
There's some improvement to be made there.
Just a little.
Just a little. Yeah, what's his face? The head of the Young Turks?
Cenk Uygur.
Shank.
Uygur.
Sank.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting him off the ballot. You can't vote for him in Florida.
Well, that's because he's not a natural born citizen.
And that would stop them because
it's the law.
And since when do they care about the law?
Right. You're right. You're right.
Hey, that's illegal. You can't have that gun to my head. And
you are absolutely right.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Dean Phillips is also not going to be there, apparently, on the ballot.
Oh, well, that's good.
If you want to register your discontent with Biden in a write-in vote, you can forget it, because under Florida law, if the party approves only one name, there will be no primary ballots at all. The party just called the election for Biden before a single vote has been cast. So the party's saying, yeah, it's only Joe Biden. What if we want... So the Democrat Party, they have the super delegates already that basically decide who's voting, who's going to be president for their party. They're taking it a step further and just saying, yeah, there's only one guy on the ballot. So
I mean, that works.
They're not even trying to hide it anymore. And people will still go for it. In Georgia, they've adopted new software program that allows them, a county in Georgia, that allows them to actually communicate with all the other government departments in Georgia, so they know who actually does live in the state of Georgia for ballot records. And apparently that's a bad thing to clean up the voter rolls.
Apparently.
Yeah, it communicates to the DMV, the DLD, the anything that has your address associated with it in the state. It communicates to all of those to be like, okay, this is the most recent one they actually have, so that's probably where they actually live. And then someone goes and confirms that that's actually the case. And it's a bad thing. The New York Times headline, Georgia County signs up to use voter database backed by election deniers. Yeah. Yeah. And just to, drive this home, CBS News also talking about it. And they point out that people like, what's his name? James McWhorter from DeKalb County is being ousted from the rolls, even though he lives there. He's been removed from the voter rolls, even though he lives there. They said one of those hit with challenges was James McWhorter, who received a letter at the barbershop he manages in the middle of October from DeKalb County, informing him that someone had challenged his voter status. Now it's going through checking the voter rolls, and someone is confirming that, hey, it says that this is where you live. Went and confirmed it. He received a letter at his barbershop. So if it's going off of where you live, you received a letter at his barbershop.
Did he live at his barbershop?
The challenger, a woman named Gail Lee, argued McWhorter improperly registered to vote at a commercial address and snapped photos of his barbershop, which is located inside an Atlanta area Kroger supermarket, as evidence. He said, "I didn't know Gail Lee from a can of paint," he told Washington correspondent Major Garrett. Since the two had never met, there was no way for Lee to know that McWhorter had registered to vote at the shop's address in 2008 because he was homeless at the time. That's still not your house. The barbershop's still not your house. A veteran of the Gulf War, he was still trying to get back on his feet after years of struggling with PTSD and alcoholism. "My friends, my family never knew I was displaced, never knew I was homeless." Adding he would return to the barbershop after it closed and sleep in his chair and wash his clothes at a 24-hour laundromat nearby. Yeah, because that's not a house. Just as much as if you own a franchise of pick your favorite restaurant in Kentucky, you can't register that as your home address because it's a business, not a home. So there's that. The letter made it clear that McWhorter's voter registration could be canceled if he didn't take action. So it's a terrible thing that's happening where he got this letter that says, hey, this is not a place of address, so you need to fix it. And I'm sure the letter also says, here's steps you can take to challenge it and or fix it. Why would someone challenge my vote? Because, again, it's a business. He is among the latest group of Georgia citizens targeted by an effort to purge the nation's voter rolls ahead of the 2024 presidential election. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. And there's ways to fix that. If you are homeless, there are ways to actually register to vote without using a business address. It's your home address. You can use something else to confirm that you actually live there and all that stuff. And, you know, while we're here, that high school back in New York, because voter ID is terrible, right?
Yes.
In order for the students to go into that school, they have to show ID and go through metal detectors to get into the school that they just filled with migrants that they have no idea who they are and bypass the metal detectors. There is greater security at the entrance of Costco than there is on our southern border.
Which isn't saying much.
It's just there is also greater security at Costco than there is in our current voting system.
It's fair.
I want to buy something here. Are you a member? No? Too bad. Yeah. The Department of Energy. Moving on to energy stuff. The Department of Energy, they've gone after our stoves. They've ruined shower heads, toilets, other, household things. Now they've got their eyes set on fridges and freezers.
What?
Yeah, a final rule was announced last Friday that imposes stricter energy efficiency standards for residential refrigerators, freezers, and refrigerator-freezer combos, promising savings and environmental benefits. The new standards for those energy-guzzling consumer appliances, which haven't been updated in over a decade, will save consumers $36.4 billion over 30 years of shipments. That's pennies, basically. It'll save you pennies over the course of 30 years. The Energy Department estimated in a press release seen in advance by Bloomberg Law, the department adopted a recommendation offered in September by the Association of Home Appliance Manufacturers, AHAM, and a group of environmental organizations and efficiency advocates. Refrigerator technology keeps improving, and today the standards are catching up to ensure every new model uses key energy-saving features. So, like good old government way, the technology has improved, so therefore the government has to step in and force everyone else to do what others are doing already. It has been particularly encouraging to see the manufacturers embrace this continued significant progress. Yes, because if they don't, they're faced with heavy fines and or closing their manufacturing thing for non-compliance. I'm glad you embraced this. Well, gun to my head, yes, I'll embrace it, I guess. AHAM appreciates the consideration DOE gave to the stakeholders' recommendations in developing, not the shareholders, the stakeholders, in developing an achievable standard that allows sufficient time for manufacturers to develop the innovations necessary to meet the new requirements. Energy reductions range from 10 to 15%. The standards will bring cumulative emission reductions of nearly 101 million metric tons of carbon dioxide. The department said an amount roughly equivalent to the combined annual emissions of 12.7 million homes. Compliance will be required either January 31st, 2029 or January 31st, 2030, depending on the configuration of the refrigerator or freezer. So you have until then to get a fridge or freezer that's actually going to efficiently keep your food cold.
They might be trying to screw me.
Well, of course they're trying to screw you.
As it says right here. right there. Stop it.
Stop
it. Yeah.
Need that a clip of that Star Trek. He's trying to stab him in the neck with the needle to get his swelling to go down. Stabs him and stop it. That's about right.
Models meeting the new standards will likely use some combination of more efficient compressors and fan motors and better insulation, ASAP said Friday. Yes, because consumers don't want that right now, apparently. They don't want their fridges to be better. They want their fridges to be terrible at keeping their food cold. So let's have the government come in and force everyone to use specific materials to make everyone's food cold. Because that won't change the price at all. The department has also proposed the first ever federal efficiency standards for commercial fans and blowers that it said would reduce annual energy costs for U.S. businesses by $3.3 billion. Doesn't include the cost of replacing all of the fans and blowers. The proposed standard, which the DOE aims to make effective in 2029, follows the lead of efficiency standards already established by the state of California for general fans, extending savings to consumers nationwide.
Yay.
I propose that every business stops doing business with California, then see what happens. I can't even. I've lost my ability to even.
That's odd.
It's okay though. They're moving quickly to address a backlog of outdated energy efficiency standards across the board. So more to come on that one. And when I saw this story, I started thinking, you know what? Since we're here, how much water is used at coal plants? Because, they burn it's not just burning the coal, it's burning the coal to heat water to make steam to turn a turbine. That's how they work. Apparently, to produce and burn 1 billion tons of coal in America, the mining and utility industries withdraw 55 trillion to 75 trillion gallons of water annually. It's a lot of water. It's estimated in 2011 that the number of gallons drawn per day for nuclear and coal power plants is 200 billion gallons. A hefty amount. So that's for the cooling, the cleaning, the burning, all that stuff. And then I thought, because here in Utah, they tried to get rid of one of our coal plants to replace it with a
windmill, hydroelectric, solar.
I just forgot the word. No, the
geothermal.
Where they take the electrolysis plant or whatever. Where they separate
the one I didn't name.
They separate the hydrogen from the oxygen and then burn the hydrogen. So
yes.
Yeah. Hydrolysis or something like that.
Hydrolysis,
yeah. How much water does that use? Now, this is from Europe, so it's filled with numbers that make zero sense because, they can't use real measuring standards. But the key takeaway... Electrolysis, there it is. The key takeaway is right here. Let me share what I'm seeing. Is right here. Water consumption for electricity production from natural gas can be up to 2,500 per milliwatt hour, which is also using the best case for fossil fuels. If coal gasification is considered, it can consume whatever that number is for hydrogen production, with that number from the coal production. Yes, I realize we do podcasts and that makes zero sense, but so do the numbers they use. But This is their goals for like 2050 or whatever. So even though a large growth of water consumption is expected due to the change to the electrolytical pathway and to the demand growth, water consumption for hydrogen production will still be much smaller than other flows for human use. Translation: yes, this is going to use much more water to produce electricity than the standard coal and nuclear things do. But it still uses less water than water is used for agriculture. That's what they're saying. Huh. Agriculture uses so much more than we would use with electrolysis. Oh.
Yeah, so that measure that you couldn't figure out, it's kilograms per water, so H2O, over kilograms per hydrogen. So it's yeah. So it's essentially the amount of
water used to
transformation. The amount of water usage per.
We have to destroy this much water to make this much hydrogen.
Yeah. So it's 1.14 kilograms of water per kilograms of hydrogen.
Right. Even if the entire 2050 hydrogen demand would be satisfied with electrolytic hydrogen, the water consumption would be about 25 BCM. Billion something, I don't know. Put figure 2, which is that one, puts this number in perspective with other anthropogenic water consumption flows. Water consumption for agriculture use is the largest one, of the order of 2,800 BCM. Water for industrial use is close to 800 BCM, and 470 BCM for municipal uses. Current hydrogen production from natural gas reforming and coal gasification has a water consumption of about 1.5 BCM. So if I'm to believe...
Billion cubic meters.
Okay, so 1.5 billion cubic meters. Is that more or less than 25 billion cubic meters?
Considerably less.
Oh, and it makes far less energy.
Yes.
Huh. So in order to have this green energy, we have to destroy, is that 18 times the amount of water that's used and recycled in traditional methods.
Sounds about right.
In order to create less energy than we are currently getting from these bad sources, quote unquote.
Yeah, that sounds like green energy. Yeah.
They said as they choked down some almonds that definitely did not use an extremely large amount of water in a place that refuses to retain any water.
Fair point.
These people are stupid. Or
yeah.
Or they're evil. Or both. One thing I've been getting tired of is energy companies not defending oil, especially when that's their primary source of energy. But energy company out of Texas decided to make a commercial to actually defend oil.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
Did it what now?
Yeah, so it went a little something like, unmute that. There we go. Like this.
Well, it's time. Just gotta remember to breathe. Room service. Really? Will.
Not his fault. This is what a hospital would look like without oil and natural gas, and nobody wants this.
And find a different hospital.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Check this out.
Starts filling in with all the stuff you'd see at a hospital.
Baby, this way. As I was saying, without oil and gas,
Signs,
hospitals wouldn't have what they need to
medicine carts,
keep us healthy,
syringes,
heal wounds,
casts,
save lives,
beds,
and deliver little bundles of joy.
monitoring equipment.
Products made from oil and gas are all around us.
Fake plants.
And without them, our lives would be a whole lot messier.
Diapers.
Can you leave now? You might want to double bag that.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. That's a good visual.
It's like watching one of those Honest trailers.
Right? Just show you in 1 minute 2 parts of life, hospital and your house. Not even your whole house, just the baby room.
Yeah. Wow.
And goes from empty hospital with nothing there except for some walls and pillars, and it had the carpet, which I'm sure is not actually natural carpet. It's made from oil. Welcome to the hotel commie for yeah.
There's a banner system. It's fun.
Let the humor ensue. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. Unless you got something to say about it.
Well, I mean, we could always try to redeem ourselves a little bit.
Oh, hey, look at that. Fancy.
Fancy.
Using that Arial font to roll across the screen.
All across the screen.
Not
Redemption Tactical. Check them out. Tell them we sent you. They'll know who we are.
Why are we getting like 1 or 2 hits from this link? Who are these guys?
Who are these guys?
It's just the same 2 people clicking on the link every time. Yeah.
Well, like, subscribe, follow, do all the things. We're planning some big changes for the show here going forward. We're gonna try to make some better content for you. So
yes,
stick with us and let us know if there's something you'd like to see or an idea that you have that could help us out.
Yeah.
And
one of those changes, things we're trying to do is, we're kind of signing off with a scripture now, if you so choose to look it up, Galatians 4:16. And I'll let you go ahead and find that and see what it says and enjoy. Hey, look at that. Galatians 4:16. And with all that, bye.
Bye.